Hello students, to continue with the last part of the topic Matplotlib, I will start with the scatter graph. We can also draw scatter graph using the module Matplotlib. As the program is, firstly I will write import module name, that is same that I have used in the previous program. I am mentioning here two values of x1 and x2. That means I am taking here two variables. One is x1 and other is x2 along the x-axis, and there is a single variable that I am taking along the y-axis, because in scatter graph I want to compare two things, that is x1 and x2. Suppose over x1 represent over cost price and over x2 we represent over selling price along a single y-axis. And the x-axis I have defined values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the x2 I have defined the value 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You may vary it according to your program or according to your data set. Then the y value is, the minimum value is 1, the maximum value is 6. The y-axis will be get arranged accordingly starting from 1 to 6, and the x-axis will be arranged from 1 to 15 accordingly. Then in this scatter graph I will use the function scatter here, that is mat.scatter. Firstly I want to represent over cost price which belongs to the x1. That's why I will write here x1. Y is the common variable for x1 and x2. I will write here y. Label will represent the cost price and the color is cyan. I may write cyan completely, or I may represent C, that will represent the color cyan. Then for the selling price I am writing here mat.scatter x2, that will represent the value of x2, that is my selling point according to this program. The label is selling price, color is magenta here. Here along the x label I want to represent x, and along the y label I want to represent with the name y. The title name is scatter. The legend here, that because I want to show cost price and selling price as my legend and want to show my plotting area. Again I will repeat it. There are two values, that is x1, that is cost price, x2 is my selling price, which will be get scattered along the single y-axis. I will run this program. I want to differentiate between cost price and selling price. That's why I have given two different colors so that I can differentiate among two. Yes, the program has been written here. I will run it. Yes, you can see this is this scatter graph that belongs to this program. Firstly, now I will cover the scatter graph line by line according to the program. Firstly, the module, then is x1. I will take x1 and y and will tell you how the points have been created. First is x1 is 1, the value of y is 5. This is x1 and this is y. The x1 first point is, suppose this, and the value of y is 5. This point has been created. Then the value of x is 2 and the value of y is 2. Then this point has been created. The value of x is 3 now, that is in between 2 and 4, this is 3 now, and the value of y is 1, that's why this point is here. Then the value of x1 is 4 and the value of y is 3. This point has been created. Then the value of x1 is 5. This is between 4 and 6, and this is along the y-axis, which is at 6. This is the point has been created. Now you are clear with all the points why these have been scattered here. Similarly, the points related to x2 and y have been scattered, as the first point is 11, that is which is at the x-axis, and the y point is 5. That's why this point has been created. The next point is along the x-axis, it is 12, and along the y it is 2. Along the x, the next point is along the x, it is 13, that is here, and along the y it is 1 here, that's why it is here. Then the next point along the x it is 14, and along the y it is 3. Then the last point is x2, that is 15, that is here, and the along the y it is 6, that's why this point is here. This graph shows the difference between cost price and the selling price, or we may say that the comparison between the cost price and the selling price. That's why I'm mentioning here two colors. If I will use the single color, I will not differentiate between the two. This is the same graph. Last is the histogram. And the histogram is basically used when we concern with the number of people living in a particular zone or a particular area. Suppose there are the I'm taking here the viewer with this data set and the age with this data set, starting from the age 0 to 100, and the number of viewers, or you may say that the number of people who are living are in this range. Hist is the function that is used when we draw histogram. That is, firstly I will use x-axis along the viewer, that is I will call the viewer here. Then the y-axis belongs to the age, I will call the age here. I want to show my graph in green color, I will use G to represent the graph, to represent green color. And I want to give the width, that is 0.5 to the between the two graphs. Then is the title name, that is the histogram here, and I want to show it on the plot area, that's why I'm using here show. When I run it, this will be the output that we will get, that is with the range of 0 to 20 how many people are there, within the range of 20 and 40 how many viewers are there, within the range of 40 and 60. Then the you may see there is, I will tell you, as in this data set you can see there is no any value which is lying between the 60 to 80. That's why there is no any value here. I will run this program. You will get the same output that I am showing you. Okay. Between 0 to 20, that is the number of people which are, that is 1 and 4. That's why it is showing the graph like this. It is 20 to 40, then it will be 22, 22, 24, 22, 33, and so on, and that is 38. That's why it is showing the graph like this, and so on. This is the empty area because there are no any number of viewers that belongs to this range. That is the width is the width that I am showing to you, that is 0.5, that is which is in green color. Okay, next is what we have covered so far. First is what is Matplotlib, how to install third-party module, that is line graph, plotting two-line graph, pie graph, scatter graph, and last is the histogram. Thank you.